dirty, yeah, dirty, 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 popcorn.
Cameras is rolling, lights, camera, action, we gon' make movies. Cameras is rolling, lights, camera, action, we gon' make movies. Cameras is rolling, lights, camera, action, we gon' make movies. Cameras is rolling, lights, camera, action, we gon' make movies. Dirty.
Real talk.
Episode 6.
We here.
We are here.
Today, it's the art of not giving a fuck.
That's good. Subtle order, not giving a fuck. Have you read the book?
Somewhat.
Somewhat? A little bit?
A little bit. I do know some quotes and I know about the book, but...
I read the book, but this is going to be the real talk version.
Yeah. Let's get into it. So, straight up and down, like, fuck what people think.
Straight up.
You got to do what's in your heart. You got to follow your moral compass, and you got to be you. And I'm going to keep always saying it on this podcast, knowing who you are will give you the energy to not give a fuck. When you're doubting and having worries and second guessing and following trends, you care.
Yeah.
You care, you know? And it's okay to be a caring person. You know, you're supposed to care about your mom, care about the people that you love, and, you know what I'm saying? But this shit is about not giving a fuck, going hard, giving it everything that you got, being determined, and focus. Completely focus on what I like to say, self-goal oriented shit. Shit that's gonna help you be stronger on who you are mentally, physically, everything, because all that plays a role of being successful. And if you want to be successful, the greatest successful people didn't give a fuck what anybody thought.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
Any people that you want to say, like,
I know we just watched Genius last night, the Kanye joint last night.
Yeah, for sure.
He is a prime example of the art of not giving a fuck. Hove.
Yeah.
Steve Jobs.
Yeah. Tesla,
all the greats. And I just know for myself, like, I can't sit around and wait for everybody else's approval. What I'm supposed to do, give everybody a call, hey, you fuck with this? And then, like, basically all I'm doing is creating based off everybody else's standard. And when you do that, you don't allow yourself to create a new standard. You know what I mean? Like, you have to stick to your guns and create from your gut, create from your soul, and you will then stand out as an individual, as a unique person, a unique being, a unique creative. If you worried about creating to please the masses, you're just gonna look like another clone, in my opinion. Now, I'm not saying don't create, and because you have to have some awareness of what's going on in modern day.
Yeah.
I mean, of what's going on right now, and because sometimes you can go too far left.
Yeah, you can go too far left. Yeah, there's a thing of going way too far and being, like, I would say they just ain't getting it. You know, you can create stuff that somewhat still has to resonate with people. You know, you can be like, you might have the most genius idea, but it still has to be relatable. Because if it's not relatable, then it's just an idea that's just so far left that, like, nobody's gonna be able to understand. And then you're out there trying to push this narrative on people like, yo, you really should see it like this, and it's just not catching. Maybe you need to not fully, like, water it down, but maybe put it in a form where people can understand it a little bit. Get them to understand it a little bit, and then walk them slowly back to that form that you originally had, and then they'll see the full idea that you wanted to put out there.
I still think sometimes people should move forward with that idea that nobody understands. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I think...
You can go ahead and explain it and try to get people to understand that bizarre idea, but sometimes people just don't get it.
But that's consistency. You have to breed that with consistency. If I have an idea, that I created something and I put it out there and nobody gets it, I gotta do it again. And I gotta do it again.
Yeah.
I gotta do it again. Perfect it even more every time. Then eventually by the, let's say, 20th time I put it out, it might have caught that one time. So I agree with you, yes, you have to keep pushing it out, but you also have to go back and rework it a little bit. You can't just say, okay, you're gonna accept this. Like, I don't think creativity's like that. You gotta, well, I think it's like that, but in a way where that seems forceful. You can't force something on people because they'll feel the force.
Yeah.
They'll be like, oh, I don't want that. That's not for me. But then it's also about maybe you need to evaluate where you're putting it out at in your market. Like, or is it being seen by the people that it resonates to? But sometimes, as we could say, like, if I have a message, it has to be connecting to the ones that are worthy, that can receive the message. Because not everybody is worthy enough receiving the message.
Because they won't be the right people to pass the message along.
Exactly.
It's like translation. You give a passage to somebody, you give someone a message to pass along, and they don't interpret it right. They'll translate it the wrong way out to the rest.
Exactly. And then it's diluted, then it's made up, and then, you know, that goes to like where we're at right now with trends. Like, everybody sees a trend and they're like, yo, I'm on it. Like, okay, we can use TikTok, we can use NFTs. Like, the last 3-4 years, these two entity type things, trendy things have become, oh, I need to do that. You know, as a creative, like, somebody hit me and was like, yo, Jet, why aren't you on TikTok? And I was like, not on TikTok because I don't need TikTok.
Straight up?
Straight up. I just straight up said it. I don't need TikTok. I'm a creative. I want to create things that are in real life form. I want to create things that are bigger than TikTok.
Yes.
You know, I'm trying to create something that's going into movie theaters, something that needs to be streamed by major platforms.
Yes.
TikTok will only help me, will it help me find an audience and brand and stuff? But if I already got my fan base, people I'm building up on Instagram, everything's about time. Now I'm devoting more time. I'm mixing up time between Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Now I gotta feed all them monsters.
Yeah.
You know, now I'm stressing out because I gotta worry about this algorithm, that algorithm. Instead, I should just focus on one thing and master that one thing instead of trying to get on TikTok to be flowing with the trend, because TikTok, let's be honest, it's only rewarding people who are following the trends that they put out there.
Yeah, and I feel like certain platforms have a different energy around them.
Yes.
Like how you make content for TikTok will be received differently than how you make content for YouTube.
Yes.
How you make content for Instagram. How you make content to go on the big movie theater screens. It's a bunch of different demographics. You know what I mean? Like TikTok has its own demographic, YouTube has a different demographic, and when you're in a room with big people that you're trying to get a movie deal with, it's going to be different than when someone sees your work on a TikTok or YouTube.
Yeah, for sure.
And you may be taken more seriously or less seriously. I mean, and how you get your shot at success, how you get your shot at whatever it is, cool. Maybe you get it through TikTok.
Yeah.
Maybe you get it through YouTube, Instagram, or that person-to-person executive meeting. You know what I'm saying? I just think people are unaware of the reality sometimes with where things sit. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I agree. I think everything ain't supposed to be for everybody. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't have to jump on it. Like, I didn't jump on to NFTs because I didn't think that they weren't cool. I thought they were dope. I thought it was a super innovative thing. I thought the meta world was super dope. It all looks very cool to me. But what didn't look cool to me is all the fucking NFT people that were spamming my inbox.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's a very volatile world right now. It's a very scam world right now.
Yeah.
It's not, as safe as people think. And I'm not about to go in here and start bashing NFT and Web3.
Yeah.
People will be in my DM, oh, bro, you're a hater, this and that. There. No, bro. Because I really think that NFTs aren't beneficial for everybody.
Yeah.
It's, for one, a lot of coding. It's a lot of business. It's a lot of research and development, gathering a team, making sure everything is coded correctly. Like it's a lot of moving parts to make sure a project launches correctly. And people are just hopping on the bandwagon. Oh, bro, I gotta be a part of NFT just to say they're a part of it, just to seem like they're caught up with the times. And like, you will have your time. I mean, I've had some people DM me locally, like, oh, bro, I'm trying to get into NFTs. Like, even myself, I'll admit it. Like, I didn't necessarily jump the gun and say, oh, hey, yo, I'm putting an NFT out. But did I create an NFT that I believed in? Yeah, I secured it. I secured the Instagram. I secured the name for it. I secured the domain for it. That way, if I want to move forward with it in the future, I have it. But I didn't just say, oh, I'm just going to put a project out just to put a project out, because there's a lot of moving parts to it. And I think not just NFTs, that's with a lot of different trends and moving things in the world. People just want to say that they're doing it without doing their due diligence and doing the research to see if that makes sense for them.
But I want to touch on that. Like, there was a situation with you where, you know, you jumped into the NFT space and you already established a brand, and then their whole thing was like, people were from the NFT world were kind of like coming at you like, why didn't you change your profile picture to the NFT shit? And
I'll talk on that. So basically, there was a space about how to sell your NFT and how to market and how to brand. And I had just asked a nice question of like, because the person was hosting the room, like, well, how have you gone about it? I wasn't doing it in like no challenging way, like I'm trying to be dominant or alpha male type time. Like, I literally was just asking him to clarify how he goes about it for other people in the room who don't understand. And I guess maybe he took it as an attack or whatever, and that really wasn't my intention. So he started coming at me about, oh, see, you need to change your picture to a PFP project. Basically, PFP is when you take an NFT and put it in your profile picture. That's what a PFP project is. Oh, you need to go have your picture like such and such in the room. I'm like, well, why would I do that? I said, every room I step into, people know who I am immediately because I've been consistent on my branding. When people see me with the pink hat on my profile picture, they're like, oh, that's Oz in the room. Now, if I go change my picture right now, I have to restart from gaining traction.
like, who is he?
Yeah. Like, I'm just another NFT dude in the room. No one knows who I really fucking am with the profile picture. And now I have to keep going in the rooms over and over again for people to get used to seeing that picture, because that's how the reality and the practicality of rooms work. When you're in a Twitter space, all you see is the people's profile pictures. So my identity, my immediate brand is like seeing a fucking Nike logo. When you see a Nike logo in the room, like, oh shit, that's the Nike head in the room. Or
exactly. Oh yeah, like, for sure.
So when people see my profile picture in the Twitter space, they're like, oh shit, like, I already know who that is. That's Oz. Now if I go change my shit, I gotta restart.
Yeah, you can't abandon your brand.
No.
You can't. You built the brand, and like, that's the thing. That's the art of not giving a fuck. When you create a brand, stick to the fucking brand. Like, stick to your logo, stick to the way you drop shit, stick to the way you are. When you see a fucking trend or somebody doing something that seems like it's working for them, you can't do the monkey see, monkey do. Fuck. You know, it's really, you just an imposter. You really just out here just like, oh, I like that. Imposter syndrome. Let me just copy what they're doing because this is hot. Fuck that. Do what you gotta do. Like, for me, I really don't give a fuck what people think. You know what I mean? Like, personally, that's why I can say the shit that I say. And when I tell people like, yo, I'm gonna be the next visionary of director of this next generation in the next 40 years, I believe that. Nobody could tell me, nah, he ain't going. No, that's what I believe. That's what I was put here to do. I was put here to be a creator, to inspire other creators. So fuck off if you don't like the way I'm moving or like the things that I'm saying. When I used to rock Skechers, motherfuckers didn't understand why we were rocking Skechers. One on top of that, the most comfortable shoe out, period, hands down.
Right.
And we was on some innovative shit. We were bringing out Skechers brands and sneakers that just look different than anybody else's shit.
Everybody was asking about them.
Everybody's asking about it.
Them.
Yeah.
It wasn't like your regular Sketcher. It was their lifestyle brand.
Yeah, exactly.
And when people saw it on the fit, because it had the chunky sole, it had the look.
Yup.
So when people saw it, they're like, what the fuck shoe is that?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a Sketcher. That's
and then the way we lay it with the outfit, it just looked like anything else. So it's like, why can't you rock with the Sketcher? It's a now if we get it popping now, $1 million get into it now, everybody else switching and going to Skechers sneakers and shit like that. But people don't realize Skechers is what, #1 behind Nike when it comes to fucking selling sneakers. Like,
real talk.
So like for me, it's just like, oh, y'all stupid. Y'all not paying attention because you too busy trying to copy with everybody else. Now I wear Jordan brand. Jordan sneakers are my favorite sneakers outside of Yeezy, you know, and I support Yeezy. I have to support my black-owned businesses from Yeezy to Jordan. But at the same time, I wanted to have my own sneaker. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, that's what this is about. Having your own ownership, having your own brands, and not giving a fuck about what people think. If you want to fucking dye your hair, if you want to be flamboyant, whatever way you want to brand yourself, do that shit.
Yeah.
Because it's your life. You only got one life to live, so you might as well do it. You know, I'm not even gonna knock a nigga who's building their brand off of being a copycat. I might not agree with it, but if that's the way you wanna build your brand off of just copying shit, people plagiarize all type of shit. People make bootlegs, all type of shit.
Yeah.
Bootlegging is really kinda trendy right now. You know, like they'll see some trend that I'll say it, like Ye will make something in his clothes, and then you'll see a bunch of other clothing brands copying it.
It's interesting you say that, because I was thinking about that earlier. I feel like beforehand, motherfuckers would be like, bro, you fucking cloning.
Yeah.
Now it's like, oh, bro, you like me.
Yeah.
Oh, we resonate.
You're right.
And I'm not mad at that.
No, I'm not either, but it's just the time that we're in. Mm-hmm. We're in a time where you could show up to a party and 6 out of 10 niggas is gonna have Jordans on or Ye's on.
Or dreads.
And they're gonna have dreads. There's like a uniform right now. It's like a particular uniform right now that even down to women, you know what I mean? Women, they're gonna have the shaped body, they're gonna have that, you know, they're gonna have the lips, they're gonna have the eyebrows, they're gonna have the nails. Everything's like a uniform right now. So it's just like, if you don't got the uniform on, you ain't lit.
Yeah. Yeah. It's real talk what you're saying right now.
It's a fucking uniform. It really ain't your own identity. Mm-hmm. Like, show me something different. You know, take me back to the 90s. You know, we were both young then, but I do remember if you dressed like somebody else, they were like, oh, bro, like, you copying me. Mm-hmm. You looking like me. Mm-hmm. Don't look like me. Dress like you. Be you. Now it's like you go to a store, the mannequins the same way, everything. And that goes down to videos. Like, I'm gonna bring it up to music videos. Like, right now the big trend in music videos is like straight, no storytelling, straight vibes. Mm-hmm. Some B-roll shots, pan left, pan right, flip the camera around a little couple times, a bunch of Adobe Final Cut and After Effects, like effects going on, you know, multiple people cutting through the screen for no reason, bunch of light flashing, like people like Cine Pack is then blew the hell all the way up. Because there's a bunch of young boys out here with Cine Packs. I get it, you know what I mean? But can we do something different? Can we grow? Can we not just say, like, when I grabbed the Cine Pack, which I did, well, I grabbed it because they had one asset in there that I liked. Nothing against Cine Pack, I love them. But I was more interested in, as we did, we were trying to figure out how to make our own effects, make our own overlays, you know, do something different. All this stuff that these people are selling to everybody, they made that, and then they just package it up, and then they sell it. And then I started seeing other little smaller brands would take Cine Pack stuff, take Jacob Owen stuff, change the name, repackage it, and then sell it again. And I'm like, oh man, they really just reselling people's shit. Like, this kind of gotta stop. Who's talking about this? Like, do we all want to be that matchy?
I think some people do it just to say, hey, look, I look lit too. I can do it too. Because, people want to be relevant. People want to be able to say, oh, I'm lit too. You know what I mean?
They want to feel like they're in the club.
They throw their uniform on, you're like, oh shit, fucking Daniels. I didn't know he can get jiggy like that.
Yeah, yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like people have even said it about me. Oh shit, I didn't know you get down like that. I didn't know you could throw it on like that.
Right.
And because people used to be me being in some chilling shit.
Yeah.
But I got garments.
Oh yeah, no, you got garments. You got leg. We both got leg. We kind of stay in our own personal brand so much. People don't when we come out the brand, it's like, oh shit, like you got that type of drip. Oh no, this ain't drip, baby. This is sauce. This is that butter. This that popcorn butter.
A lot of butter.
A lot of butter. A lot of extra butter on this. You know what I'm saying? Like this is dirty popcorn today, but we know how to make it look nice and clean and clean it all up. But it's just a thing right now with creatives where I'm just trying to encourage more creatives to try to find new trends and be themselves. Like, we need more people thinking like the Yays and thinking different, just like, how can I put this outfit together that doesn't look like the uniform? I might be able to take a couple of the elements, but mix it up. Like, for me, I love designer, but I'm not gonna go all designer. I'm gonna go into the thrift shop. Grab something that might be like $3 or $4 that I find in a thrift, then mix it up with a little bit of designer, pair it together to have my own lay. And
give it dimension.
Yeah, I like texture, so I'm looking at my outfit from a texture standpoint, Like, I like to make things, like the shirt I got on, the thing that you got, like, we making things. But we making things that are just branded to us. Like, I'm not making this so I can sell this to you. I'm making this because this is my uniform. This is what, when you see me, you see Jet like this. I wear my hats all the time because that's who I am. Like, when I throw the mask on, that's who I am.
Real talk.
So it's just like, you throw the bucket on, that's who you are.
Real talk.
You get jiggy,
Yep.
So it's not about, you can't fool with the trend. It's just, you just gotta take a little bit of it. You can't fully go, I want the mannequin. I want what the mannequin got on in the window display from top to bottom.
I think people gotta give themselves a chance to win from their individuality.
Yeah.
They're just worried about winning. But they know deep down inside in their gut, they're like, I really wanna win in this type of way.
Yeah.
I really wanna win from wearing what I really fuck with and what I really want to wear. But people go and throw on the standard industry uniform just so they can win. And sometimes maybe it has to start like that.
Yeah, I mean, it does. I mean, you have to find your style. Style in any form, from shooting music videos to photography to any angle and creativity. It's always best that when you first start out is find the people that you admire, look at their work, study their work, and then kind of take a little bit, take a little bit, take a little bit, take a little bit. And then you kind of find your identity. But you got to take from a lot, not just from one, because if you take from one, you're taking everything that person has, and then all you're really doing is cloning yourself directly like that person.
Yeah.
But if you grab a little bit of person from here, a little bit of this, read a little book over here, meet somebody over there, walk and go explore into the city or some type of atmosphere, get inspired by something, add that.
Who are I know for me, my favorite not give a fuck directors, for one, would be Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, he don't give a fuck.
He don't give a fuck about nothing.
No, he don't give a fuck.
He came out about a lot of things in his movies.
Yeah.
Well, if you don't fucking like it, don't watch it.
Yeah, for sure.
I guess I just want to ask you, like, who is...
I mean, my biggest one is gonna be Spike. Spike never gave a fuck. You know what I mean? Like, his whole do the right thing, Jungle Fever. Black Klansman. Like, you could, his titles of his movies just like telling you I don't give a fuck. You know, it's, you know, him, and even to my other, like, I look at Spielberg, he don't give a fuck. Like,
no, he don't.
Like, people don't even know his story. Like, this man did not.
He was sneaking in.
He was sneaking into the you know, into Paramount and got his own office, started building his own thing inside of there. And they was like, what are you doing in this empty place? He's got this thing running. Next thing you know, they're like, all right, what do you got? And then they gave him a chance to actually put a movie out. And
that goes back to our last episode about taking chances, taking risks.
Yeah.
To build your freedom. He was taking those risks and just not giving a fuck. I'm sneaking in. I'm getting this opportunity.
Yeah. You gotta. There's that moment of everything's a risk. Everything's a gamble. You gotta roll the dice. But roll the dice on yourself. You know, roll the dice on your beliefs. People might not understand it. People might crucify you for them. But roll the dice on them, but stick to them. Don't be that you was this way a couple months ago and I saw you was on your pray and love, eat, pray, and love shit, you know what I mean? Talking about I'm a vegan, and then a year later I see you, now you at McDonald's, you got a do-rag on, you Tupac Thug Life. You know what I mean? Like, like it's confusing. You can't do that. I mean, granted, I'm not saying you can't do that, but you can't. I just think you have to, if you're gonna evolve, the evolve has to come from a very organic place. And it has to have some kind of back value behind it. You brought up a good situation with Kanye earlier, right? We've watched Kanye since the beginning evolve into different Kanye versions, you know? But we know why he's evolving. The background that certifies it is the project. He wanted to make music and make sure the imagery matched the music that he was making. So if he was going dark, twisted fantasy, here comes the visual that matches that energy, he's gonna be on this vibe. If you go with, you know, Jesus is King, it's God, we got Sunday service, it's about peace, love, and God, you know? Don does a different thing, you know? It's about his mom, but it's still got God in it. You got the all black. There's these parts of evolution, and every great artist has done this, from Michael Jackson to Prince. So he's not doing something that you shouldn't be doing, because I think all artists should evolve with their project. I think artists that kind of stay the same, and they never change the look of their project. They put a project out but still look the same. It just kind of is like, you got to take this.
It's like a new magic trick.
Yeah, I take this as karate, right? It's like, okay, we start out, we get the black belt. I'm at white belt. Then first year. Now next year, I'm trying to get orange or green, whatever comes next. You know, every year I'm trying to reach a new level and evolve as a creative. I'm adding new creative ideas to myself. I'm learning about something new. If this year is all about cinematography, next year is all about lighting. You know, the next year is all about coloring. You know, for a full year, I'm just focused on that one thing. Because to me, it's like, if I can learn all this stuff in 10 years, I'm gonna be crazy in 10 years.
Real talk.
I'm gonna have so many different abilities. I'm gonna know so much. I'm gonna have so much information inside of me to be able to give back, or be able to apply that to the jobs that I'm getting. And it's all about your skill levels and your variety of skill levels. You got multiple skill levels. You can shoot, you can do audio, you can produce, you can color, you know, you can rap, you know what I mean? Like, I can reverse it back to me, I can shoot, I can rap, I can color, I can do lighting, the list goes on. But we're multifaceted artists. You know, we are creatives that can do a lot, but the number one thing about what you do and I do, and the people that we try to resonate with, we try to focus on being original and sticking to your brand. But not giving a fuck.
Yeah. I guess in the beginning of your career, I know for mine, like being a producer, music producer, when I was making my beats, I always envisioned the music video before the song. You know what I'm saying? I'm making the beat in a cinematic way because I want the visual to be cinematic as shit. And my beat's gonna sound a little bit more neo, a little bit more underground. It's not gonna sound so commercial to where maybe the wave at the time is real commercial beats or this type of beat, this type of sound. And I've always tried to be like, nah, I don't want to be like that. I don't want to have my sound like everybody else because it's like I know I'm gonna get with the right artist, and when we come together on this project, my sound with his, it's gonna take it off.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I agree. When I write music, everything is written from a visual standpoint. You know, even with this camera talk rap lingo that I do, it's all about the visual because if I say running with the camera, I got the camera in the trunk, then there's the shot of the camera in the trunk. You know, it's that lingo, but it's not giving a fuck what people think and saying something different. Rap right now, a lot of people are saying the same shit. They might have different melodies and different beats behind it, but saying the same shit. So it's like, how can we evolve rap music? How can we evolve the beat production? How can we evolve the music videos? I just think it's a time to evolve.
You just said it. I think it's involving other arts.
Yeah.
Like you said, you rap from a visual standpoint.
Yeah.
So you're taking the videography standpoint and throwing it into the music.
Yeah.
The whole project has that aesthetic.
Yeah.
Someone could rap about a museum art.
Yep.
Gallery type art.
Yep.
From that standpoint.
Yep.
Or poetry or fucking flowers in a field or some shit. Like
if you're a chef. If you're a chef, you could rap about how you cook things up with the food and lingo, put the food lingo in there, you know? Yeah, I agree with you. I think that is the next evolution of music. I don't think I know it is. I feel very confident that 20 years from now, this will be the sound of music.
That's because it's a laser sharp demographic if you think about it.
Yeah.
People who are in that lane are like, yo, listen to Chef Gordon Ramsay album?
Yeah.
Yo, and then all the chefs are gonna go support it.
Exactly.
Eventually, you know, they got friends that ain't chefs that they gonna share it with.
Right.
And then eventually it will get spilled out to the masses.
Right.
I mean, there's boxers who rap.
Yeah.
There's, you know, all types of different people who still have multifaceted skills that can blend everything together.
Yeah, I mean, that's like the project we're working on, the Dirty Popcorn project. You know, your beats, you rapping, me rapping, and the whole thing is camera talk. It's all videographer. It's made for the creative who wants to pick up the camera and hear music that relates to them. But it also goes beyond just the camera talk because it's like cinematic life. And it's like, damn, like when you riding and listening to the music or you walking and you seeing visuals popping in your head like a movie. You closing your eyes and you can honestly see what I'm saying. You can see what you're saying. The beat feels like it's scored from a movie scene. You know, it's very cinematic.
I'm excited for when we put the project out.
Oh yeah, same here. You know, it's
gonna be crazy.
It's gonna change the game. Personally, it's gonna change the game.
It will.
Like we saying it on the podcast right now. It's gonna change the game. But
you heard it here first.
Yeah, for sure. You know, but we putting it out because we don't give a fuck. Correct. You know, and that's the thing. Like people are like, what time you on? Like we gotta get out of this thing about worrying about is this go on the radio? Is this gonna hit numbers? Nah, I'm not worried about none of that. We're putting this shit out because we know for a fact it's not like everything else. So there's gonna be at least in this planet, I know that there's at least 1,000 people on this planet, at least 1,000, that's gonna resonate with.
I think 1 million.
Oh yeah, I agree. It probably is. I'm just, you know, to me it's just not even. It's just I just know, and that's the confidence. That's the part you talk about taking risks. That's the part of just not giving a fuck. But you got to be so confident in that. You got to, and when you do it, it needs to be sharp. It doesn't need to be lackluster.
It needs to be genuine too.
Yeah, for sure.
People can sense a false leader.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
When you're ego and you're trying way too hard.
Yeah.
Like people can sense that. People can feel it. So like if you start saying, "Oh yeah, I need to just not give a fuck," and just have this leader narcissistic type energy.
Yeah.
Like, don't do that.
Nah, the work gotta speak for itself, really. I mean, like, I can sit here and talk all the shit I want to talk, but my work backs my shit up.
Absolutely.
Like, people can say whatever they want, but my work backs up, my work ethic. They see me getting at it, they see you getting at it. You put me in a room with any top shooter, top creative in that room, and I'm gonna run circles around them. Because I put work in, I study, I know everything a motherfucker who went to film school for. I know I got years of experience in the music business, so I understand this entertainment world from both sides, from music to filmmaking. So put me in a room, and I'm gonna show you how I get busy. And it ain't gonna be about what you do or that person do. I'm just gonna perform. And that's the same way I've seen what you do. You just perform. We don't need nobody to charge us up.
No.
We know how to just go. Let's go.
Yup.
Every time. Let's go.
That's how it has to be.
Like, I don't need no motivation, peps. You don't gotta pep me up. You put me in a room, what are we doing? Okay, let's get busy. Like,
me and you have revolution, change the world energy.
Yeah.
And when you want to do that and you have ambitions and visions and aspirations that are that big, you can't wait for anybody to charge you up and be a battery in your back.
No.
You gotta already have it within you.
Yeah, it's gotta be God-given, tapped in from the source, being in the present, we focus, and the main thing is we're here to inspire. We're not just here to like say I'm the shit. No, we here to like give. And create the next generation, the next one to do the same thing, to push that same envelope, that same message, that they inspire the next, and give that hope. Because right now, like I said, the last episode, we need to give more hope. We are from the bottom. We come from a state like Delaware where most people don't even know where Delaware is.
That's real talk.
You know what I mean?
People have never even heard of Delaware.
I remember watching Wayne's World, and they did that little bit, and they were like, live from Delaware. And they were like, looking around like, what the heck is Delaware? Like, we right here. We in a beautiful state that is the first state. Like, America was built off this state. The most money, the corporation, the business, this was all built off of this backbone, from this ground.
Real talk.
The first hustlers were from here. So for a fact, we've been kept secret for a long time because of, the creators have here been overshadowed by the banks, because all the banks and corporations here. This is the #1 state for building businesses, getting your LLC, any business that you look up in America.
Facebook, Google, Disney.
Everybody's registered here.
Yep.
Everybody's registered here. You can step outside and there's banks everywhere. The money's here, old money's here. We talking DuPont money.
Beginning of American history money.
Big money. People want to talk about Philly, nothing against Philly. Philly is where they signed that stuff, but this is where the money and this is where everybody lived at. They talk about Beverly Hills and all these rich, no, baby, no.
We got rich people here.
This the money. But then it's also the flip side of the bottom, the other side. Murder capital.
Yep.
Murder city. Murder town is what they like to call it. You know what I mean? The narrative of that place where poverty has been very low because of situations. And that's why artists and creatives haven't really made it big time. But they have.
There's
big people from here. Right now, we have the most in the game right now. You was going to say somebody?
I'm going to say Young Guru.
Yeah, Young Guru from here. Yup.
For those who don't know, that's Jay-Z's engineer.
Yeah, he's on Ye's documentary.
Derek Milano.
Yup.
Joe Flacco's from here.
Yup. Jamila, she's on MTV. We got Lauren, who's on TMZ. We got what's her name? She's a songwriter from down Dover. She writing big records for everybody.
I was gonna say Frassy Sassy's from here.
Frassy Sassy, big time music video, female director, killing the game right now. Like, the list can go on. Patience, Bacardi.
Dude who just wrote, he wrote the Will Smith thing for the tennis players. What the fuck is it called?
Yeah.
King
Richard.
King Richard.
Yeah.
Writer for King Richard from here.
Yeah. There's people from here.
Yeah.
But a lot of people tend to, because this place is so covered up, they end up never really saying they're from here. They move to other places. But that's what made us feel like why we wanted to stay here, build what we build in Jeff Phynx Films here, trying to bring film to Delaware and not giving a fuck.
And it's not that we haven't branched out and seen what is out there in the world.
Oh yeah, we've been
I feel like you have to have some understanding of what is out there in the world, what these other major cities hit for, what the energy is out there, and then you can bring it back to your hometown that doesn't have anything and start cultivating, because now you have this worldwide knowledge to build it.
My brother gave me a crazy analogy with that. He was like, he said success is almost like baseball. Like you get up to the first, you up to the mound, boom, you hit that joint, you might get the first base, that's a hit for you. That might be moving to like New York or LA, you traveling. But if you hit that home run right, but at the end of the day, you can go to first, second, you can travel all where you want around the world, but you gotta always come back home. You know what I mean? And
it's real talk.
So for me, it was like, how do we come back home and bring it back here, start being proud from here? Because the slogan of Delaware is the state where you can be somebody.
Yep. Right. It says it right on the sign when you get into the state. Place to be somebody.
Yeah, it is. This is the place to be somebody. There's a lot of people, I mean, people might not agree with Joe Biden right now, but that's where he's from. He's from here too. So but like I said, man, it's about not giving a fuck and just doing things that are just different and believing that you can make it happen. You could be in a small state, a small little town, and if you want to be the Tyler Perry of that place, or you want to be the first artist to make it from there, you can make it happen.
Yes, you can.
You can make it happen, but you have to surround yourself with the right people. You got to make sure your character's right. You got to have good drive. And just understand the power of energy, because energy will do everything for you. We're all just little energy balls walking around here, like, you know what I mean? Like, and if your energy's bad, like, people ain't gonna fuck with you. That's just facts. Like, I don't care how much talent you have. If you got bad energy and you got all this talent, it's not gonna happen, man.
Yeah.
It has to resonate. Now, you might link up with other bad people, but at the same time, like, I don't see it really going anywhere. But if you want to reach high levels, God-like levels, you have to tap in with God, and there has to be some kind of like grounded in goodness, and you have to be in a certain alignment and tapped into the source.
Yeah, you operate either from fear, you operate from faith.
Yes, exactly.
And that either those two will be your compass.
Yeah.
Fear part will be giving into the trend, giving into the standard.
Yeah.
Faith part will be you being who you are, and finding other people who believe in who you are as an individual.
Yeah, you got to find your disciples. If you, find the people that really resonate with you. Find your team. Find your peoples. Connect. Be who you are, like you said, and
that's real talk.
Keep it going.
And keep it going.
Real talk, bro. Episode 6.